Good morning, my classy people. My name is Wayne Bolden. You know that already. Listen, I wanted to do a short video, a tutorial 101 on what makes the Kentucky Derby race so hard to handicap, so hard to pick a winner. The comments are great. I keep them coming. But there's a little thing missing out there, right? That I think it was important to do this 3-minute video on why the Kentucky Derby is such a unique race and makes it so hard not to analyze, you can analyze any race, to handicap the probable outcome. Now, let me go through my understanding. The first thing is, the contenders in the Kentucky Derby, they are babies, right? Some of them hadn't even started as a 2-year-old. They go into a race where they have 3 starts, 4 starts, 5 starts, 6 starts, 7 starts, like that. They're still developing, right? We call these short line horses back in the day, obviously looking at patterns, right? They don't have an effective level yet. They're still developing. So in a lot of ways, when you analyze these horses, even in the prep races, you're not so much looking at what they've done. Of course, you're looking at that, but you're projecting where they're going to be. Why? Because they have not established who they are. Why? They're babies. So some of the things are heard, the horse was wobbling down or it jumped a shadow. They're green. That's what we call it. Why? They're not fully developed. So the Kentucky Derby throws a bunch of babies together. These are babies. They're like freshmen playing college football or basketball, right? Against each other. Very underdeveloped. The second biggest issue is that you're sending them at 1.25 miles. Right? This particular distance isn't run very similar, it just doesn't happen in America. Right? 1.25 miles. Even our horses, where we do condition handicap, where the horses are older, 5, 6 years old, who could probably go the distance with no problem, maybe, but we know their level, their talent, their ability. They're developed. But we're asking the babies to go 1.25 miles. So one, you're asking 3-year-olds with 4, 5, 6, 7 starts, who's still developing, they're immature, to go 1.25 miles, which is just not run in America. So that makes it a very, very hard situation. The third thing, well, not only are they underdeveloped and immature as they continue to develop, and they're going a distance that's just not run in America, you're throwing them in the gate with 20 other equines, right? So when they break out the gate, they're bumping, they're grinding. Who knows? I call it the rodeo, right? So those 3 factors are the things that really, really make the Kentucky Derby a very unique race, which we all love. But the prediction of it is very hard. Now, we use our educational guess. I'm a sheet reader from back in 25 years or 30 years ago. We understand short line horses and projecting where we think they're going to be. These horses has not developed an effective level yet. So when you look at them, you look at how they got to where they were and where do you see them going in their next race. Okay? That's a whole different thing. So those are the 3 biggest factors. They're immature, they're still developing, 1. 2, they're going a distance that even our matured horses don't even go, 1.25 miles. Third, you put 20 horses in the race. We lucky in the prep races we get 5 horses. So the dynamics are very unique to the Derby. Now, to add injury to insult, who knows what the track conditions could be? It has a propensity to rain the night before, that Friday, Oak Friday, that Saturday, like that. So it throws in a different variable. So there's 4 reasons right there that makes the Derby very, very difficult to predict the outcome. The 5th and last thing, now you put these contenders and participants in front of 150,000 screaming fans. They come out, they want to get saddled, and everybody's 25, 30 deep around the walking ring. These babies don't know what's going on out there. So again, the conundrum is this. It's a very difficult race because of the variables, how the race is set up, and we all love it. So what's the bottom line? You analyze the horse based on the things that you like about it. For me, I look at projections, I look at pedigree, speed figures. Well, the fast horses are already in there. All of them are fast in their own right. But over that distance is more pedigree with me, and of course the connections make a huge difference. So we use an educational guess. The bottom line, we're guessing. The only thing you can control, really, other than having a bunch of fun, which we will, is the value of what you're willing to risk your money at. That's it. Okay? So I wanted to do that tutorial and put that out there and say, here's why the Derby is so hard. Even for you seasoned veterans like yourself who's been playing horses 20, 30, 40 years. Like myself, who has just all kinds of information. If you look hard enough, you can find all kinds of information and articles that will support your theory. The color of the horse, I got somebody saying gray horses don't win. I mean, that's the fun of it. But the tutorial is immature horses, still developing horses, going 1.25 miles, races, distance that's not done in America, right? First and foremost, right? In a field of 20. We're lucky we get 5 horses out in California in a race, right? On a track that could come up off in front of 150 fans, 150,000 fans. Today's Friday. If I go over to Monmouth Park, if there's 50 people in the building, it'll be too many. Now you're going to throw these immature babies in front of 150,000 screaming fans. So the outcome is usually very hard to predict. Other than you and I having done this for a long time, we have our brothers about how we go about it, and you come up with an educational synopsis. But the bottom line, you're guessing. And you can say that about any race you do, but this one, you're really guessing. So, what's my suggestion? Follow your instincts, follow your opinion. If you have a favorite handicapper and you like what they do, follow them, mix your opinion in with it. Right? Find the box button. Make sure you're getting good value for who you're backing. But most of all, on the national holiday we call the Kentucky Derby for a Super Bowl for the horse fan, have a bunch of fun. There's no right or wrong answer to picking your Derby horse, for sure. There's my tutorial. I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I thought it was important that we do. They're babies going 1.25 miles with 20 horses in the race over possibly a sloppy track in front of 150,000 fans. Yeah, pretty hard every year. Those conditions aren't even reserved for our matured horses. Have a bunch of fun. Pick the horse you like based on whatever reason. Your opinion is more important than anybody else's anyway. I wasn't planning on doing this video. I was ready to do post-position important draw. I'll do that in the next 3 or 4 hours. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. Remember those 5 things of why the Derby is so hard to handicap the winner. And God forbid the break. I mean, you can lose the race 5 steps out of the gate. Pinch, bump, But rodeo. Just have a bunch of fun. Pick the horse that you like. Make sure, my only suggestion, most of all, make sure you get a square price. For every dollar you bet, yeah, I need at least 10 back. At least. Why? I got to get through the rodeo. For every dollar you bet, my thing, we're going to do how to wager the Derby too. Give me at least 10 to 1. Why? I got to overcome variables that I have no control over. So demand value, have a bunch of fun, enjoy our day. There's your tutorial. Why it's so hard to win the Kentucky Derby. Or predict who's going to win.